Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and the beautiful spoilers. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Zende knows precisely very thing is going on. The strong and the wonderful spoilers, Zende knows precisely exact thing is continuing. As a matter of fact, during the last episode of the hit CBS Cleanser, got down on Steffi for pondering where her dedication to their family is after he figured out that his occupation was being eliminated. This all comes just after Zende tells Steffi in their discussion that it has been nothing under a distinction to be her lead planner. Yet, that all changes after Steffi sees trust and understands that Zende definitely realizes reality with regards to expect the future and how the line is being cut out. Little did Steffi understand that when she terminated trust that there would be far-reaching influences all through the organization. What's more, in light of the fact that many individuals are important for the Forrester family, very much like Zende, they are thinking about this literally. However, for Steffi Forrester, she sees things in an unexpected way. There's a generally excellent possibility that she's staggeringly envious of Trust Logan, and that is the reason she will take the necessary steps to pull her down, regardless of whether she needs to obliterate her vocation simultaneously. You would feel that an individual like Steffi Forrester would be okay with herself perceiving how she's exceptionally lovely and effective by her own doing, yet that doesn't appear to be the situation. She pursues anybody that she could feel somewhat scared by. The intense and the wonderful spoilers, what's next for Steffi Forrester? Also, for this situation, Zende needs to endure as a result of powerlessness to get a handle on her feelings. In reality, make that and many individuals in the organization, as well. It's a given that the strong and the delightful fans are essentially must tune in every single day to figure out what will occur straight away. Watch this space. Additionally, return here for all the most recent news and spoilers on your #1 daytime TV programs including General Medical Clinic, Days of Our Lives, The Youthful and the Anxious, and The Strong and the Lovely. In ongoing episodes of The Strong and the Delightful, Zende Forrester has demonstrated to be surprisingly canny. During a noteworthy discussion with Steffi Forrester, Zende called her out for her sketchy choices and absence of dedication to the Forrester family. In spite of obligation to the organization and devotion as lead architect, he presently faces the brutal truth of his job being limited, something that leaves him feeling hurt and disappointed. His steadfastness to Steffi and the privately owned company is certain, yet her most recent activities have shown another side of her that is difficult for him to disregard. Zende finds reality with regards to Trust's flight. The circumstance raised when understood the genuine purpose for Trust Logan's takeoff from Forrester manifestations. Reality with regards to the expectation for the future line being hacked out didn't come as a shock to him, however was disheartening in any case. Steffi's choice to end Trust's position sent swells all through the organization, influencing Trust as well as each and every individual who was essential for her group. Immediately set up the pieces, understanding that choice to cut attaches with Trust had more to do with individual contention than proficient methodology. Zende realizes that activities come from something beyond business choices. There's a well-established pressure between and Trust, one that has frequently surfaced both in their own lives and in their work. While Trust's flight formally went under the pretense of business rebuilding, thinks that desire and uncertainties might have assumed a lot bigger part. Notwithstanding Steffi's own achievements, her competition with Trust has obfuscated her judgment, prompting choices that vibe individual as opposed to proficient. Forrester is an influential lady, affected by her own doing, yet her competition with Trust has been a repetitive topic in her life. For quite a long time, has battled for approval, frequently feeling eclipsed by Trust's presence in the family and at Forrester manifestations. Indeed, even as a high-positioning leader, Steffi's desire and have to contend with Trust keep on driving her choices. This time, her desire drives her to fire expectation and destroy expectation for the future, removing a significant piece of her opponent's vocation and impact inside the organization. Fans could hope to be more confident, particularly given her magnificence, her prosperity, and her situation inside the organization. However, she every now and again targets anybody who causes her to feel unreliable, regardless of whether it's at the expense of their vocation. Zen's failure is substantial as he sees firsthand what her uncertainties have meant for the organization and prompted a poisonous climate, influencing him and other faithful representatives. Zen's acknowledgement about Steffi's thought processes sets him in a troublesome position. As an individual from the Forrester family, he needs to help her, yet in addition has a tangled outlook on the options she's making. His dependability to the family and the organization conflicts with his dissatisfaction with regards to activities. Might in the long run need to face straightforwardly, encouraging her to re-examine her choices before she estranges everybody around her. As additional representatives and relatives become impacted by jealousy-powered choices, patience may run slender, and he could choose to shout out with regards to trust and different partners who are affected. A fermenting family struggle. The strain inside the Forrester family is just developing as decisions make divisions inside the organization. Her contention with trust is notable, however presently it's causing struggle with other relatives, including who can never again disregard her atrocities. While Steffi go on down this way, she gambles estranging Zende and other people who have consistently upheld her. The Strong and the Wonderful keeps on offering fans complex relational intricacies and sensational show as insecurities and rising disappointments unfurl. Will Steffi's desire lead her to segregate herself from her family, or will Zende figure out how to consider her responsible? Fans should check out perceive what this contention inside the Forrester family means for their connections and the fate of Forrester manifestations. Get the intense and the lovely work days on CBS, and remain tuned for every one of the most recent updates and spoilers. Steffi's choice to end expect what was to come sent shockwaves all through Forrester manifestations, and Zende rushed to sort out the fundamental intentions. Albeit the authority explanation for Trust Logan's terminating was rebuilding, Zende understands there's an individual component having an effect on everything. His developing doubts persuade him to think that activities have less to do with business necessities and more to do with her well-established competition with Trust. Sees through Steffi's endeavor to mask her desire as an expert move, understanding that her failure to beat individual sentiments is driving choices that influence everybody in the organization. Steffi's desire and command over Forrester manifestations. For a really long time, has wrestled with weaknesses around Trust, in spite of her own accomplishments and status. Despite the fact that she's delightful, fruitful, and strong, still perspectives Trust as a danger. Sees this frailty firsthand, perceiving that need to declare control and win over Trust is endangering the dependability of Forrester manifestations. Despite the fact that has what most would consider a lucky life, her envy stays a hindrance, blurring her judgment and gambling with the professions of people around her. As a Forrester and a fundamental piece of the organization, Zende feels clashed. He's committed to the family and the business, and it has forever been a distinction for him to work close by Steffi as lead originator. Nonetheless, seeing the impact of her decisions, feels disheartened. Her choice to cut Trust and destroy her line influences something beyond Trust. It influences the whole group and, eventually, the business standing. Dependability to the Forrester family is tried as he considers how far he ought to go in supporting plans, particularly when they're not lined up with his qualities. With Zende now completely mindful of Steffi's intentions, he's confronted with a hard choice. Would it be a good idea for him to stand up to her straightforwardly and risk making much more family strain? Or would it be advisable for him to keep silent to keep up with congruity inside the organization? His knowledge into thought processes might urge him to stand firm, particularly on the off chance that he sees that her decisions could additionally harm the organization. As turns out to be more separated in her direction, may turn into a voice of reason, helping her to remember the master plan and the effect of her activities on the Forrester inheritance. Zende's consciousness of Steffi's goals has made way for a possible confrontation. As her envy and need for control influence Forrester manifestations, she gambles losing the help of those nearest to her. The pressure is building, and information might be the impetus that pushes him to intercede. Enthusiasts of the strong and the lovely can expect extreme emotion as Zende grapples with devotion, family ties, and a longing for decency in the impending episodes. Will he be the one to at long last test Steffi, or will he remain quiet to maintain order? The truth will come out at some point as this story unfurls. Check out the intense and the delightful on CBS for the most recent wins, and don't miss a solitary snapshot of the Forrester family show.